couldn't bring myself to make moves. I stayed close to the phone as if the ringing itself might save her. And then it rang. My grandson Caleb was sitting cross-legged on the living room, eyes glazed at the cartoons flickering across the TV. The volume was turned down low, barely a whisper. When the phone rang, his head snapped toward me. I picked up before the second ring finished. There was nothing for a long moment, stabbing and faint on the floor. Then his voice. Threatened my whole body. The rest of the receiver flared to my ear. What did you say? Who is this? She's with me, he said. Don't let her hear. You call her when she dies. There was a sound behind him. A wet, uneven breath too close to the phone. Then the line clicked dead. I don't remember hanging up. I just remember reading Robert's name, though he wasn't home, and Caleb's small voice breaking into sobs from the living room. That was the first call, the 1st of May. Every Wednesday I gave out like clockwork, always the same voice. Sometimes he said, she's with me. Other times, I love you killed. And once in a service to the faces of seems. We tried to trade the call, but it was 1980. Nothing's quick, nothing was easy. Most of the time, maybe it was just a cool ring. Mother knows when her child is in danger. Anna was 26 when she disappeared. A single mother, hardworking, gentle with everyone. She split her days between the state office in town and the diner off Main Street. Never complained, not once. Her life revolved around Caleb. There was something else, something we'd ignored for too long. My son, Michael, Anna's older brother. After my parents died, I took both kids in. Michael was 17, Hannah 12. But there was always something about the way he looked at her. Not like a brother should. Once when Hannah was 16, I overheard them arguing in the hallway. How'd you wear that? Michael's voice was sharp, accusing. Because I like it, she shot back defensively. It's too short. You look like one of those girls from town. I can wear what I want. There was a crack. His hand slammed to the wall so hard the picture frame fell. Don't talk back to me, he hissed. I came rushing out, shouting his name. Enough, Michael. Go to your room. He turned to me slowly, the look he gave before. He made something close and deep in my stomach.
The doll people are not men. They are made of ice and glass. Our skin is clay, painted blue. Our head can detach. We are statues with a pulse. We are art you can fuck. The doll people are quiet. What is there to say? Art does not interpret itself. There are men with a day to save. We are paintings with legs. We are art you can fuck. Drink the doll's legs spread like battery a wife. Whore, mistress, maid, mother, the beauty and the buyer. Take the screaming one because a woman who doesn't want it is much harder than one that does. Whore, mistress, maid, mother. Wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother. The doll people are alive, or so they say. You can never trust the art these days. To be admired takes precedence over admiring. To be desired takes importance over desiring. Drink the doll's legs spread like buttery wife. Whore, mistress, maid, mother, the beauty and the buyer. Take the screaming one because a woman who doesn't want it is much harder than one that does. Pain popping off of us like rockets, stepped right out of a fantasy. The worst the tall people are gone. They don't know what happened. They looked under her skirts one morning, but all they saw were maggots. They banged their head on the wall. They fucked the yard on that afternoon. The dolls are off running and laughing together, swimming in the milk of the moon. Wife or mistress maid mother. Wife or mistress maid mother. Wife or mistress maid mother.
Sleep for weeks. Again. My voice trembling. She called for you. You said, what? She said your name, but I made her quiet. I thought she didn't know me. My hand went out. The receiver slipped from my fingers and hit the floor. She Fairgrove criminals. Today the newsroom got the nuts. I killed her, the man said, changing in love my sister. She betrayed me. Then he hung up. When the police traced the call, it led to an old gas station payphone 2 towns over, the same one Michael used to flaunt between jobs. They questioned him, of course, but there was no evidence. You're crazy.
This is ridiculous. That's me.
Construction crew outside Cedar Ridge uncovered shallow. The bones looked like he might cry. They never found Michael either. Some said he ran off to Oklahoma. Others whispered he was in prison under another name. I stopped caring. Town doesn't feel like mine anymore. Some nights when the wind pushes against the windows, the old phone line outside rattles. And for a heartbeat, I swear I can hear it ring. And I wonder if Michael's still out there. If he's still. I grew up in Portland, Oregon. Tight-knit family. My parents started it when I was still in high school. And by the time I hit college, I'd taken over part of the daily hallway, motion sensors in the stairwells, even fingerprint scanners at the main entrance. Back then, that kind of tech felt futuristic. My dad used to joke, if parents can trust you with their daughters, they'll never run tenants. And he was right. Most of our renters were young women just starting their lives in the city. Their parents didn't just rent rooms, they bought peace of mind. The place was spotless, quiet, and always watched. The rent was steep, but every unit stayed full. Sweet, familiar. But that was before she moved in. Her name was Haley Connors, 21, transfer student from some small town outside Spokane. She had short black hair and anxious eyes that never like she expected something to jump out and secure. Yes, scanning the walls like he was already in the box. Yes, sir. Two separate camera systems, auto-locking doors, and my family lives on site. He nodded, seemed reassured. Haley, though, she barely looked at me, just stared down at the lease and signed. Within 2 weeks, she'd already asked, no, insisted, that I change her digital door code 3 times. Each time that I changed her digital door code 3 times. Each time she'd whisper, sorry. I think someone might have seen me type it in. I'd point to the manual in her drawer. You can change it yourself. It's pretty simple. She just she was just the parent type. Every year. By the second month, they inspired. Working me around age, she came storming into the room. Size red. She burst in. Somebody's been in there. She shouted. Looked up immediately. What are you doing, sweetheart? Haley was shaking, clutching a crumpled piece of paper. I left this wedged in my door before class. When I came back, it was inside my room. And my blanket, it was folded differently. Someone going in when I'm gone. Mom exchanged a glance. Stomach. Haley, I said carefully. No one here goes into a tenant's unit without permission. I was on the roof all morning cleaning gutters. You can ask anyone. Her eyes narrowed. But who else could it be? You're the only one with the master key card, right? Her word like a. Yes, but I haven't used it, I said, my voice tightening. If you want, we can check hallway footage. She crossed her arms. Said those cameras only cover the front and parking lot, right? I hesitated. Yeah. She gave a sharp, bitter laugh.
Why?
My jaw tightened before I could respond. Stepped in gently. Haley, honey, I understand you're scared. Maybe you just forgot. Long day. Maybe you're tired. Try to rest, okay? Haley's the lair lingered. She turned and laughed, wondering. Never believes me. She's just nervous, maybe homesick. Don't take it personally. But I did take it personally. The idea that she thought I'd sneak